fifth grade, welcome back to Grammar. This video is for May 13th. Today we're going to check the workbook page that you did last time, and I'll explain the directions for the worksheet that you have for this video. But before I do that, I want to read the next two verses from Psalm 96. Verses 9 and 10 say, "Worship the Lord in the splendor of holiness. Tremble before him, all the nations. Say among the nations, the Lord reigns. Yes, the world is established. It shall never be moved. He will judge the peoples with equity." Equity means fairness. And so we are to declare among the nations God's holiness, and we are to know that he reigns, and we're to spread that message that God reigns, that he is in charge, that he is in control, and that he ultimately will judge the peoples with fairness for the lives that they lived here on earth. So let's just remember how great and awesome our God is and give him all of the honor, glory, and praise that he deserves. All right, let's just review a little bit before we go on with checking the workbook page from last time. Remember, object pronouns can be used as the object of a preposition or a direct object. The singular object pronouns are me, him, it, you, and her, and the plural object pronouns are us, you, and them. All right, let's go ahead and check your workbook page and then go over the directions for the worksheet. Okay, last time you did workbook page 274, independent practice. And the first part, you were supposed to underline the simple subject once and the verb twice, and then put parentheses around each prepositional phrase. Number 1, the subject was Colosseum, was built was the verb, and by Emperor Vespasian was the prepositional phrase. Number 2, building was the subject, of it was the prepositional phrase, and took was the verb. Number 3, sun was the subject, opened was the verb, in AD 80 was the prepositional phrase. Number 4, criminals and convicts was the subject, were used was the verb, in the bloody games was the prepositional phrase. Number 5, Christianity was the subject, was is the verb, against the law is the prepositional phrase. Number 6, Christians was the subject, were sent was the verb, into the arena was a prepositional phrase, with the wild animals was a prepositional phrase, without any weapons was a prepositional phrase. Number 7, Christians was the subject, were killed was the verb, by them was the prepositional phrase. Number 8, gladiators was the subject, fought was the verb, inside the arena was the prepositional phrase. So if you need to take more time in checking any of these sections, just go ahead and pause the video, and then when you're finished checking that section, you can just go on to the next. All right, part 2, you were supposed to write an object pronoun to replace the underlined words. Number 1, them replaces Kathy and Anna. I'm sorry, that was number 9. Number 10, us replaces Anna and me. 11, it replaces the stream. Number 12, her replaces his mother. And 13, him replaces Logan. And then the next part, you had to expand the sentences by adding the prepositional phrase where they told you to. So number 14, they wanted a prepositional phrase that would work at the end of that sentence. You should have chosen in the mountains. My family went camping in the mountains. Number 15, you should have chosen around the fire. That went in the middle of the sentence. We sat around the fire and roasted hot dogs. Maybe you've done that before with your family. That's a lot of fun to do when you're camping. And then 16, you should have chosen during the night to go at the beginning of the sentence. During the night, we heard a raccoon in the trash can. And then the last one, you had to use at least 3 prepositional phrases in a sentence to tell about an adventure you had with your family or friends. So here's my sample sentence. I wrote, my family and I went to the Dodgers game on a Friday in March. Well, we certainly didn't do that this year, but we have done that in the past. We're still hoping that baseball will start up again soon. I'm sure a lot of you are hoping the same thing. Okay, so here is the worksheet for today's video. Object pronouns and prepositional phrases. So the first part, you need to underline the simple subject once and the verb twice, and then write an object pronoun to replace the underlined words. And then the second part, put parentheses around each prepositional phrase. And then the last part, you're going to have to look at this diagram carefully. It says, write prepositional phrases to describe the path the fox took to escape the hunters. Remember to use commas when appropriate. Okay, so here's where the fox ended up. Here's where the fox started. So I'm going to write the word start over here. So using prepositional phrases, you need to describe the path the fox took. So it looks like the fox did something with the fence here, and something with the bushes, and the log, and the stream, and the rock. So you need to write prepositional phrases to describe the path that the fox took. So have fun with that. All right, thanks for watching the video, and we'll check this worksheet together next time.